Hey guys, Jeff, one of your hosts on Protein Bros podcast. Today I'm having a special edition episode. It is me, Karen Tabuchi, our friends Juan and Kev from FTR Fit, and we sit down to talk about a brand new thing coming to Kansas City, which is Hyrox KC. We've done special Hyrox episodes, so in case you guys are not familiar with the Hyrox sport, I would listen to episode number 142, where we had Mike Thompson and Lexi Johnson, who have both competed in Hyrox, on to basically highlight the sport itself. What does it involve? What does it include? How do you get into it, etc. And then the other episode I listened to is FTR's episode, which is number 97. And that is us talking through their history as far as getting their gym going. Now, today's episode specifically is about how FTR is now starting a Hyrox affiliation. And you can now train specifically for Hyrox within their gym. It's very interesting. It's growing like a weed, dude. It's one of the most popular forms of exercise right now. They're selling out every event they're doing, and they're doubling up the amount of events they're doing year by year. And so it's a very hot craze. We wanted to make sure that we highlighted it as much as possible as far as how to get involved, how to get started, and what to expect. So without further ado, let's get into the episode right now. Kev, Juan, Karen, you guys are friends.
Yes.
Psyched you guys are here.
She's not a real Karen, by the way. Her name's Karen. But
yeah, Karen's been striving to change the narrative on Karens for quite some time.
When that first came about, I'm like, I can't be a Karen anymore.
You're doing great though.
I got to try really hard.
Yeah, have you sent a single item back to the kitchen at any restaurant since?
No.
Because kind of probably tough. You know, if they see your name on the credit card when you pay. Probably like, oh my gosh.
Judged. Have you ever done a Karen thing?
I
been like,
actually think that my name is what has changed my life lately.
Really?
Because what was that? Maybe 5 years ago, a little more, that
Sure.
Karen came out. I'm like,
Yeah.
geez, now
What
I
am I
got to
gonna
be
do?
really nice.
Yeah. And with you
And try at
being
it.
a hair expert, have you ever thought about just saying, screw it, like give me the pixie, like give me the official Karen cut? Maybe it's just a bob.
I
the
had it.
Karen cut.
I had it when
The
I was in
real Karen.
cosmetology
We might
school
need to
in
pull that up.
2000.
Can you send that to Luke so we can post that on the
I
YouTube
think,
for
I
this?
think we
God.
should.
Karen looked like this.
I can find it somewhere.
She looked like this.
I think it'd be a good idea.
I had the Karen
Luke,
haircut.
if you make me blink this right here, if you
not
make
gonna
my hand
find
like
it on
this, I'm gonna be
there.
so upset.
yeah,
You're gonna send it though.
You want me to?
Yes.
I'll have to find it.
Absolutely.
Actually, I know where some are.
Okay, listen. Karen, for all of you that don't know that are listening, know that Karen Tabuchi has been one of our very first customers that ever supported Kyle and I when we first opened in Kansas City, circa 2016. And she is one of, if not the most impressive transformation that I have ever been a part of or seen. And so proud of you. So proud of all the work that you've put in. I'm so proud of the person you've become and that you're becoming. And I'm so happy you're here to share your story today.
Thank you.
Okay. Juan, Kev, you guys' story is also very inspirational. I love hearing your guys' feedback. We have an entire episode. Luke, what episode number is that? You're going to find that for us. And if you guys want to listen to more about Juan and Kev's personal stories in depth, absolutely listen to that episode. It was phenomenal. But they are the owners of the gym Find That Rep, a.k.a. FTR Fit. And FTR, you guys have been killing it for how many years now?
well, 3. We just did
Just
our
hit the
3-year
3, yeah.
anniversary
In August, it was our 3rd year.
I knew the anniversary was coming. And you guys have such a wide range of offerings. But today we're going to highlight the newest offering from FTR Fit, and that is Hyrox KC.
Yes.
Hyrox KC, we have done an entire Hyrox special here on the Protein Bros podcast. Need that episode number from you too, Luke.
Luke is the OG.
Yeah. Luke is the OG. But what we're looking for is, you guys have transitioned, if you will, from doing group classes, one-on-one training, now athlete training.
Yep.
And we're including this new offering, which has been wildly successful to this point already. And it's with that unbelievable growth that is the Hyrox sport.
Right.
And it's been so fun to see people, come into fitness in a different way where they can compete. And it's something that, I know that we've talked about before the podcast started, but it's something that's extremely approachable, I think, for all walks of life.
Yes, I agree.
It's very approachable. And so I've been through the era of the growth of CrossFit, the growth of like obstacle course, runs where people are doing the Tough Mudder or the Spartan race, et cetera. And so Hyrox, is it going to be just a fad? Is it going to be a flash in the pan? We don't know. But I will say that the popularity is just beginning. I don't think it's hit its fever pitch yet. And I love that every single there's not been a single person that I know that has gone through a full sim of a Hyrox workout and has said, "Oh, I didn't like that. I'm not going to do that again." Everybody wants to beat that time the next time. You know, it's like it's a whole new fanatical craze is born, you know? And so to first get into the, you know, we're going to get eventually into how to be involved, how to be included in this, and how they can, you know, join up. But first, let's get into the Hyrox thing in the first place. Whose idea was it to bring Hyrox and specifically start Hyrox KC?
It was Karen's idea.
Talk to us, Karen. Tell us.
Karen.
Talk about the inspiration here.
Okay, so I first heard about Hyrox about a year and a half ago before it hit the Kansas City Crave. And I talked to Mike Thompson, Fast Fit Mike, about it. And I was like, I have to do this. And so I raced with Maddie Blinzler, who is half my age, in DC. And it was
my gosh, you went to DC and competed?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Tell us more about that.
You didn't know that?
I did, but weird enough, none of our listeners did.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to tell them.
So I went to DC with Maddie. We were on a 17-week training plan. I was not a runner.
Can I ask how you got excited? Like here's so we had Mike and Lexi Johnson on for a Hyrox special because they both had competed in an open workout and maybe even pro for Mike. But I know that since then they've both done a pro workout. But you had mentioned to Mike, hey, I really want to get into this. Like, for all of our listeners, how did you get started into fitness first, Karen?
Okay.
I want to transition them into how you got into Hyrox, but your journey prior to Hyrox, for someone to say, hey, I'm really excited about this. Now I'm willing to travel halfway across the country to compete in it, I think is very admirable, but I also think it's very rare. Mm-hmm. And so I want to hear, a little bit more of your backstory that could give you that level of confidence in yourself and the ability to want to go do that.
So I feel like that could be a whole nother episode.
Understood.
But so I'm going to cut it really short.
Yeah. If you can elevator it, it's tough.
I have always been into health, wellness, fitness. Way back in the day, I had a boot camp at Prairie Life, which is no longer around anymore. And I taught a lot of classes while being a full-time hairstylist and a single mom. And I got burnt out. And I don't know, that was, I just got tired and I quit and I slowly started to gain the weight. And then I got COVID in 2020, very bad. I developed POTS syndrome. And if you don't know what POTS syndrome is, you get really, really high heart rate and a very low blood pressure. So I was too scared to move. I was too scared to even go for a walk with my dog because my heart rate was insane. And because of that, my weight piled on. I gained about 100 pounds in, I'd say, a little over a year. And then I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be a hairstylist. I can't be a good hairstylist if I'm not back in shape like I was. So it was just those little tiny baby movements and tracking my food. And then I started chasing that number on the scale. I was going in for Operation Transformation, which was a huge part of my life. I did it over and over, season by season. And
an Operation Transformation is just a transformation challenge that Supplement Superstores puts on. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would get on the in-body scans and I had the best support from the Overland Park store. So got super close. They taught me, out of all these years, I didn't know about protein, how important protein was, even when I was, doing all of my fitness classes. And that started the movement of the change. And then Supplement Superstore taught me community and to get out there and put yourself out there. And it was brick by brick. And then eventually the weight started to fall off. I then found Hyrox and it was hard. It was hard training, but I realized that anybody can do this. It is a sport for everybody. And personally, I didn't know it at the time, but I couldn't keep chasing a number on a scale or my body fat percentage on the in-body. And Hyrox as a doubles partner, you have to stay with your partner the whole time. My partner was half my age, and we got out there and I got my ass handed to me. And I felt really bad for Maddie. But at the same time, I'm like, we're going to do this. And we did it together as a team. And when you finish, every emotion came over me of the past 5 years of my life. And actually even more, but just doing those hard things and actually completing it. And then I decided I got to do a solo. I got to do this by myself. And I, for the first time at 45 years old, am not chasing a number on the scale. And I feel like an athlete. And I was never a good runner. I've learned how to run. With my Hyrox training now, at the very last minute, I signed up for the Plaza 10K and had a 11-minute PR. Without training for a specific race. It was the Hyrox training that got me there. So your original question, I ran into Juan and Kevin through a friend from hosting, judging the Monster Games.
Let's go ahead and talk about that friend a little bit, because I think she's behind the scenes with FTR, but she's a big part of FTR, and I want to make sure that she knows how much she's loved and
this was a
appreciated.
huge part of her by what I say, divine intervention.
Sarah Bullmash.
Yeah. So
let's talk about Sarah for sure.
Yeah.
So I got to back up to how Hyrox KC became FTR. I decided for my birthday in July that I wanted to do something different and learn something. I'm not a CrossFit girl, but I decided I was going to sign up to be a judge for all 3 days. And I met Sarah and I was like, hey, let's work out sometime. So we connected. She worked out with me and she said, now I need you to come to FTR and work out. And I'm like, I don't even know that place, but okay. So I went, and the minute I walked in the door, I go, this is a Hyrox gym. This is Hyrox KC, and I want to bring it here, and I want to create the community of athletes, all different ages, and show everybody that you can do hard things, and training for something is different than working out.
Did you guys know that only 16% of our viewers are actually subscribed to the channel? It would mean a ton to Kyle and I and all of the people that we have working on this channel that support this channel if you'd hit the subscribe button. It will cost you $0.00, and it's an easy way to support the channel and make this a lot more worthwhile and introduce us to a lot more people. That algorithm is helped greatly by the amount of people that are subscribing, that are viewing, and so it would mean a lot to us. And we'd appreciate it. So if you guys could play a small part in that, we'd really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get back to the episode. And thank you for taking the time to listen today.
Yeah.
And you can become a Hyrox gym. How does that work?
You just have to reach out to them. And there are fees that have to be paid and certain
they have
things.
An affiliation price like CrossFit does.
And test.
Is it an annual fee or is it like a one-time fee?
You could go annually or you could go monthly, but you have to at least.
But it's not a one-time.
It's not a one-time thing. It's a reoccurring, and you could either pay it outright or you could go monthly.
Yeah.
Gosh, is it more expensive or less expensive than a CrossFit affiliation?
I think CrossFit.
I never looked into CrossFit.
CrossFit's $3,000. You can just say over.
Yeah. No, it's less. It's less than that.
Cool.
Yeah. And you have to have some of the equipment. And I had already been looking into doing something like this. And I'm like, it's already here.
And you guys were able to actually you had one missing piece, I believe, right? Was it the ski erg?
Baby tamale.
No, we had a ski erg, but we needed more.
Yes.
So Juan got creative.
Yeah. So I was like, how can we raise money? And my mom makes amazing food, sometimes too good, and that's part of the reason I was overweight at one point. But she makes these amazing tamales, and luckily we have a very great support system at our gym. Even if it's not Hyrox, our original members, our vets, they were willing to support, and we're very grateful for that. And my mom woke up like at 3 a.m, on her 2 days off, and worked her butt off and had my dad in the kitchen and
to make tamales for a ski erg.
So I was very grateful for who supported us, and then the hard work that my mom had to do.
It's incredible,
to do that.
I love it, dude. I mean, like, I say this all the time. I mean, like this is just a huge embodiment of what the Protein Bros podcast tries to be about. The community coming together, supporting something for the betterment of the community, and everybody shows up for each other, and that we all live in the same area. We're in your neighborhoods. We're in your city. It's not like this online only thing or online presence. Like when you need someone to show up for you, man, like who's going to show up for you? And I like to think of fitness community is just like a group of people that choose to try to better each other together. And if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together, right? Yes. You've heard that phrase. Yep. And so, you guys as a gym, are evolving and coming up with new offerings. And it's like, well, I don't want to just show up and do it half-assed. Like, how do we do this Hyrox thing right? Well, we need to get a certain amount of ski ergs to make it happen. And so I love that you guys pulled together and everybody supported it because believe in the same things. Right. Let's get better, right. So anyway, sorry to interrupt, but I just think it's something that like we're super passionate about here, and I just love to see it play out in real time. Yeah,
bunch of good people.
So the ski erg showed up 2 days ago. Juan put it together.
And I'm not a handyman.
And he said, she has risen. And I said, her name has to be Baby Tamale, and she's going to grow up to be a bad bitch.
I love that. Is she going to grow? Just joking.
She's going to have meters put in her. Yeah. I don't know if that sounds right. Put on her. I don't know.
Yeah, that works too.
However you want to word it.
All right. Well, FTR, you guys are located where for everybody that's listening? If they want to try out Hyrox right now.
We are off of 69 Highway and 119th Street on that strip by the Tanners or that 888 Market.
Easy.
You can't really miss the big.
Is that Antioch in 69?
It's right before.
Okay.
Yes. Big Schweitzer.
It's between Schweitzer and Antioch.
Yeah.
I take that road every day.
There you go. Yep.
If you were to say, hey, I want to get started, is it like a gym that you would just go up and show up by yourself to do the Hyrox workout if you're doing Hyrox KC? Or is this something that you have to do in the class environment?
So we prefer that you guys come into the class environment. Now, I know that there's, busy people in this life, so we try to make it accessible for everyone. And once we feel like you know what you're doing and we can trust you, then we don't mind you going in there and kind of knocking it out on your own. I mean, Karen has a key. She can pretty much do whatever she wants, invites whoever she wants. The main thing for me is I just want to make it as easy and accessible for people that want more for themselves, whether it's Hyrox or simply just, wanting to live a better, healthy lifestyle.
I think that's great, man. Can someone please describe this there was a recent Hyrox test drive event in Overland Park. What was that about?
The test drive?
Yeah.
Our benchmark testing we did?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, so it's different than a sim. A sim would be testing out how you do with a complete race format.
So a simulation of a full event. Okay.
Yeah. So
putting these, is it 8 movements in a Hyrox workout, if I remember from my...
It's 8 functional movements with 8 1,000 meter runs in between. So you run
16 total, I guess sets, if you will.
Yes.
So a sim would be all of it put together, exactly race format. We have done a 10-week testing where you would do just one 1,000 meter run and see how fast you are. Then you do your ski erg with as much rest in between that you need. And then in 10 weeks, we test again. If you've done your training the way that it's programmed, you should progress. And I think that at the end of 10 weeks, you're going to see huge gains in yourself.
Huge strides. That's awesome.
In between that, we have a sim, which
we have one next Sunday, the 28th.
And it's sold out. So that's pretty cool. And the best thing about that, I feel like other people from other gyms are coming. And like I said, there's enough for everybody. And I think it's a beautiful thing that, other gym owners and, other fitness influencers are willing to come here. And, we just want to get better. We want to, and I think that's just super cool that they're being supportive of that.
Yeah. How do you guys as far as a sim goes and it being something you charge for, is this like judges that are going to be there to help make sure it goes smooth? Like how does this work?
So it's free.
It's free.
Okay.
Yeah. We wanted to make it free. We kind of just want to get our name out there and again,
but all the spots were filled quickly.
But the spots were filled quickly. And then obviously we'll be there judging and we have a couple more volunteers that are going to help judge the event as well.
It should run pretty smooth. The sign up, we did race paces. So it's going to go the fastest to the slowest and then 10-minute heat waves. I helped host the Hyrox sim with Fit Truck and we learned a lot from that. So doing it one time, it really does run itself. But I think that the heat waves are going to really help and keep things moving.
I like that. As far as the training goes, like I want to talk to you guys, Juan, Kev, specifically about FTR because, your stories, they're genuinely inspirational to me as far as, where you guys came from, how you guys got started, battling with depression, battling with things as far as your, how you view yourself in the mirror and then, turning FTR or find that rep specifically into a mindset more than a method.
Yeah.
You guys, have provided so much already to your community. How difficult was it to include this new method that, isn't your baby? You know what I'm saying? It's somebody else's thoughts, you know what I mean? And we're included it in. It's like, does that ruin the spirit for you or do you feel like it was a good addition?
No, I think it was a great addition because at the end of the day, it's not so much about the workouts. It's about, the standard and what that brand means. And it's simply just doing a little bit more than you thought you could. And we all have different goals and we all have different battles and we life throws us different things, but it's about, doing more than you thought you could, whether it's,
pushing your limits, if you will.
Right. And only you really know what that is. I can't tell you what you're finding your rep is as well as you can't tell me. But the one thing is you can't look at yourself in the mirror and lie about it. But when you do find it, it's this sense of, happiness and love for yourself. And it's such a beautiful thing. And I haven't been able to chase this as much because I've been trying to, grow the gym. And I've been, ever since my marathons, I got burnt out on that. And just the why on that just wasn't, I had no fire. So now I have something that I'm ready to work. I'm ready to go through the pain cave. I'm excited to learn. I feel like a kid again. And so that's what kind of Hyrox has what I've seen in my eyes and in my heart. I'm excited for.
Yeah, it sounds like you got something new, a new challenge to bite off.
Yes, it's not going to be easy, but I know what's on the other side of hard, and it's like it's peaceful and happiness in a weird way. It's
totally
it's something you have to experience, and I highly advise and recommend that you find whether it's Hyrox or simply chasing a simple goal as
whatever it may be. Go for a run.
Go for a run. Some of us are battling with depression and mental health. It can be anything, but yeah. So that's kind of the jam that I'm excited for.
How has this shifted the culture at all in the gym?
It hasn't really shifted the culture too much. It's just brought two different types of groups, but all with the same heart and the same mindset. And again, you might have some people lifting to get stronger, or to simply work on a specific body part that they don't like. And then you have other people, like Karen, that she's not so fixated on a body fat percentage or a weight or how much she weighs. She just wants to push herself, find that rep, and be curious to what she can accomplish. So it's two different workouts, right? Two different types of people, but I feel like they all have the same mission as they want more for themselves. And I think that's pretty cool, and that still has brought us together.
I will say that Kevin and Juan are really, really good at pushing two different types of workouts at the same time.
It actually functions better for me because I have ADHD like no other. So sometimes I'll have 3-4 different workouts, and in my brain, it's so fluid and organized instead of, having
you're running an orchestra.
Say you have the same workout for everybody. And it's like, kind of like my brain's just like, oh
yeah, it's autopilot.
Yeah. And so this makes me be sharp, it makes me be in the moment, so I really enjoy it.
I like that, man. If someone were just getting started, right? And, I hope the people that are listening to this that haven't given Hyrox a try, that maybe are just looking for something new and different to kind of like stoke that fire in themselves to try something new and difficult. What would be like a first session, look like? If I show up for this Hyrox KC, what am I doing that day?
So, there's so many variables, right? There's people that haven't ran in a while, right? There's people that are runners that haven't lifted. So it's going to be let's see how the body responds. We're going to make you feel successful. We want to make it easier.
Approachable, if you will.
Yes. You might not run, a full 0.6 of a mile. You might do a run for 2 minutes, walk for 1 minute, see how you respond there. And then from there we go on. With the sled push, you'll start off very light. and then see how you feel there, see how the body responds. And then next time we see you, we kind of just go off of that. It's almost like if you go to a new doctor, right? They're going to ask you things, they're going to have you try things, and then you reevaluate and you go from there. And the cool thing about that is, you know, as I've said in the last podcast, I've lost 100 pounds. There was a time where I couldn't run a mile. There was a time where, you know, I didn't know how to do a deadlift. So I've learned all these things. And luckily through that experience, I'm able to guide people and get a good sense for what people can and cannot do. But the main thing is keep them safe and then make them feel like they're proud of themselves for accomplishing something. And then we use that as momentum, right? And then depending on how their body feels, we go from there.
Yeah, it sounds like it's very curated to the individual.
Yes.
And, so I mean, there should be no fear for anybody listening if you're wanting to get something started. It's simply just, you know, they're going to take you, make it approachable like we talked about. You're going to get obviously a phenomenal workout in, but you're going to leave hopefully thinking, you know, hey, I want more of this. That's
the goal. Yeah. Because I feel like some places, even in my experience, they kick your ass and then you're like, how am I going to do that again? You know, and then that's totally.
Or not want to come back.
Yeah, just because you're not ready for that mentally. But I feel like everybody can get built for that mentally. It just takes a little bit of time. And I'm sure Karen's experienced it. You've experienced it. My brother's experienced it. So we've all experienced it in our own way.
And if you're somebody who's dealt with you know, a lot of injuries, joint, muscle strains, or whatever, don't let that pull you back. As a person who's dealt with a lot of injuries and stuff, there's still a way for you to do these things with excellent form without putting too much stress on the body, where it's going to affect us in our lifestyle, which I think isn't really talked about because, you know, someone who's injured may look fit, but they may not move well, and that's something that, you know, I love helping people just find the confidence, because a lot of times I feel like I specialize in making sure people have good form, and then once people see that they understand and they have good form and they're working the right things, now their brain's in a different level and now they want to try new things, which allows them to kind of progress to a different athlete than they were before.
I love that.
He's the mobility guru, if you guys don't know.
That's me.
Yeah, man, I've been working for the last 7 weeks on getting able to touch my toes.
I saw the yoga. Dude,
I've been doing it for real.
Isn't it challenging in its own different way?
Oh my gosh, so much.
Because the wife is, you said the wife is starting a new journey, didn't she?
Yeah, she's instructing once a week at a Freight House Fitness, who's also been a friend of the show as well.
That's awesome.
But she's killing it. But dude, the mobility side of things is something that I think a lot of people often overlook. If you're not actively trying to better that doesn't get any better as you age.
I agree.
And another thing about injuries is when you have injuries, a lot of people don't understand that, like, you have a force capacity, like in your joints and your muscles. Like it's basically like a speed limit, and a lot of people try to go over the speed limit when they're supposed to be going 40, but they're going 60 for about 2-4 weeks, and they're wondering like, oh, why does this hurt? Why does this hurt? Well, you didn't listen.
Pushed yourself.
What I'm saying is, you got to hit ground zero. Like, you get hurt, you got to be humble. You got to ego, pride. You got to let it go, and you got to start from because ego and pride gets in the way big time, and people don't want to do the little things that are gonna set them up for the big thing in the future.
Yeah, for anybody listening, just remember that, like, if you go to a workout for the first time, going balls out the first time doesn't fill that void. It's not going to change your life. It's not in one workout. It's not. Make sure that you're prepping yourself to say, hey, I'm going to go at least 3 or 4 times, pick a limit that's actually going to get you a little bit uncomfortable, and make sure that you're prepared for the next one, and you're prepared for the next one, because this is a game, that you're never going to win, right? This is the game of life.
Yeah. It's like an ultra marathon.
The goal is not to, see who's the best today. The goal is to see who keeps showing up when it gets difficult. And so, just a friendly reminder to everybody who's, deciding I want to try something new again. It's not about winning that day. The real win is if you keep coming back.
Yep.
So make sure you're putting yourself in a position to do so.
Amen.
Couldn't say it any better.
Yeah, you guys, dude. I mean, I'm just very proud of all of you. I'm super psyched to see the success already. You guys have got over double-digit members already. You only been doing this 8 weeks? Not even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. It took off.
We move fast, and I think we're really gonna get the ball rolling. We feel the momentum. We had Lexi come in with her team today, and
shout out Lexi J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, bunch of amazing, empowering women, and I love that, and and they loved it. And I'm excited to see that grow.
It's all up, man. All the community. Again, it's fun being around other people that look, push or choose to try to better themselves on a daily basis and just see what they're more capable of doing. Karen, I know that you are the spark behind all of this, fire when it comes to Hyrox in Kansas City. And so we just really appreciate you. Can you tell me a little bit more about just what you feel like the end game is? Like, what's your ultimate goal with the growth of Hyrox KC?
I just want to support as many people as I can into doing hard things. And I feel like Hyrox is really good for training mindset and growth and having a plan, sticking to the plan, and growing the community of Kansas City. Even if other gyms are getting the Hyrox affiliation too, I want to all work together. And that's why Hyrox KC is not just FTR. It is all of Kansas City.
Yep.
Love that. But anybody can join. Anybody can show up.
Yep. You can do a free week of Hyrox workouts. See what every day is different. All the programming is different every single day. And
on Wednesdays, you do a little special.
Yeah, say what
Tell
can
them
a
about
guest
Wednesdays.
expect?
Come on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays we do
Is that
a
spicy
track.
day?
It's a track day. Some would say it's
We're
spicy.
at the track before the sun comes up, and we are following Will Grumpke's Hyrox training through First Form.
Shout out Will.
You see the hat.
Yeah, man. Will was on our podcast last week.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's awesome. So that is where I have learned to run, is hitting the track, time on the feet, hanging out with people who do it better than you, because
Will's got a similar story as you.
Yeah. And my friend Samantha Parrott is a natural runner. She is amazing.
Shout out Sam.
She's
And-
wild.
Big time.
She's wild.
She's great.
And I think that you do not compare yourself to anybody. You hang out with people that do it better than you so that you can learn.
Yeah.
There we go.
And that's everything she just said is why we've meshed so perfectly, wanting to grow the community, wanting to support as many people as possible, setting goals and pushing yourself and going above and beyond. Like that's FTR in the sense. And that's why I'm so grateful that Sarah Bullmash again, who's a big part of FTR and Hyrox, has brought us together.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Sarah one more time.
Yes.
awesome.
Sarah.
What this is getting to the end of our podcast, guys, but if I was wanting to get started with Hyrox KC, or I would just want to get started with FTR, and I just want to be in your guys' community, what's the best way of getting signed up? And is that different?
No, you just DM us. We have Instagram, ftr.fit.com. We have our number on our website, as well as you could email Juan at FTRFit or Kev at FTRFit. Tell us when you want to come in. We'll schedule for you for a class. We'll ask a couple of questions beforehand. That way we can do our best to set you up.
What questions do we ask them on?
So the questions, hello? Yep. There we go. So the 4 questions we ask them is, what do you want, right? Why do you want it? Why don't you have it? And then what are you willing to do to get what you want? So those are our 4 main questions. You answer those every day. It can be whether it's in a relationship, your personal goal, whatever it is. If you answer those 4 questions, I think that it'll take you a long ways, but that's what we like to ask.
Every day.
Every day. You got to
Ask it
remind
every
yourself,
day.
right?
Oh, yeah.
You get so busy with life, right? And, parenting or, work, that sometimes you forget what you want, right? And then sometimes you forget what you need to do to get what you want. And then most importantly, you got to remember why you're doing it. And, everyone's why is different, but I think if the why is strong enough, that you'll prevail. And if it's not, you'll find an excuse.
Do I voice this in front of the whole class?
No.
Or am I doing this by myself?
No, by yourself.
By yourself.
In confidence.
So you ask it's everybody so it's just a self-reflection.
It's just more of a self-reflection because it's not to call anybody out, and I want people to
It's like, man, we're getting vulnerable.
No, and
Sometimes getting asked the right questions get the brain going.
Yeah,
but
I'm with you. I'm with
I want people to feel comfortable and not judged, and just let them know that there's people there that, have, had their own struggles, whether it's mentally or physically, and we've prevailed. And Karen's a prime example. I'm a good example. My brother's been hurt and had his own journey, and he keeps showing up. Just like you said, it's not about, one workout or 1 year. It's about showing up. And then sometimes it's harder to show up, but you just got to keep trying.
I will say that the FTR community has been awesome. All of a sudden, I showed up and they were great. I showed up and I'm like, we doing something different in here. And they were super welcoming. We've had a lot of people who do the FTR workouts that will pop into the Hyrox stuff. And they've been so welcoming to my group that I brought in. And it's all one big community, and I just want to grow it.
I love it. I love it, guys. Now, Karen, you have not answered this question, and we ask it for everybody that comes on our podcast. And so I think you know what it is. I hope. What is the best barbecue in Kansas City? Where do you take people?
Q39, baby.
The best one?
Yeah.
What do you
that
order?
Chipotle sauce?
Yeah, their Chipotle barbecue sauce.
Oh
I feel so left
gosh.
out.
What? What do you mean?
What place are you guys talking about?
Q39?
By Rosedale.
that's
by
the place.
Rosedale.
Oh.
You got to name
I feel
disc
like
golf
I-
courses.
I
for
feel
my
like I
brother
need to
and
It's
take
not
it
by
out.
Rosedale.
No, that's
Isn't
Joe's
it-
Barbecue.
I mean, that is by Rosedale. There's actually two that are by
Is it?
Rosedale, but yeah.
So am I wrong?
Yes.
Dang.
You're thinking of Joe's KC, also known as Oklahoma
I
Joe's.
guess I'm trying a new
The gas
barbecue
station
place.
barbecue spot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Q39 is competition barbecue.
I'm gonna give it a
every
go.
day. I mean, like it's the one place I would say that like it's just phenomenal every day.
Is that your
Doesn't matter.
favorite?
I would say like gun to my head, if I had to go to one, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But like it's pretty tough to beat like the top five.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all
What
so
about
great.
What about Mexican?
What's my favorite Mexican spot?
That's a
Sounds
good
like your
question.
mom's kitchen.
Hey, you aren't.
And I mean that,
wrong
and I
there.
mean that with all the respect.
Oh, no,
Right,
100%.
none of the disrespect.
I mean,
Not at all. Not at all.
facts have shown that it's good, right?
But you know what? I like to separate taco spots from Mexican specifically, personally. For no other foundation besides like, I swear, I think that most Mexican food is ubiquitous, as in like, it's all kind of the same. It's all pretty good. I'm going to go there. The chips and salsa better be there as I sit,
Right.
like the chips better be hot. You know what I'm saying? Always add salt if you need. Give me the hot salsa they don't put on the table at first. You
Right.
know?
Yeah,
Give me
there
the-
you go.
Give me the secondary
ask for
salsa.
it.
Yep. And then, there's just obviously like the combo plates and the platters and blah, 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 blah. And it's like all really good. And I always get the best service. It's like the one restaurant genre where it's consistently always good.
Because the grandma's running it.
I don't know, man.
Grandma's running it.
But I mean, like I could go to, any place on Southwest Boulevard, or I could also go to Mi Ranchito.
Okay,
And they're both
Mi Ranchito.
Mi Ranchito, or I go to K Macho.
I don't discriminate.
Or I go to Cactus Grill, and it's like they're all awesome.
Yeah.
They're all awesome. So, anyways, taco spots would be Benito Michoacan.
Is that in
Never heard of
Olathe?
that.
There's one in Olathe, the original one that's got the grocery store attached to it, and it's
Okay.
just the
Oh, yeah,
cafeteria
yep.
line for
Los Santa
tacos.
Fe.
Okay.
And then there's another one that's off Minnesota in KCK,
Okay.
where it's just, dude, the best tacos I've ever had. And
You
they're-
think you're in Mexico?
that's right?
You think?
I like
right.
San Antonio's.
Also phenomenal.
San
That's
Antonio.
in,
Street?
that's
I
in
think it's- is it
Northeast.
7th Street?
That's right by my house.
Dude, I
Sounds
mean,
like
those
I
are
need
But
to
it's
get out
very
of
similar to
Joco.
Benito Michoacan.
Yes. Well, I'm glad we settled that debate.
Yeah, I could do a whole food podcast in case no one knows. But
Oh, I could too.
We don't need to go there right now.
my level of care when it comes to the details of things is probably more so than most people should ever pay attention to. But
Yeah.
if people do things like, I'm such an experiential person, I want to know, how they made it, what went into it, how, I'm just very easy to be sold on these things. And so it's like, I don't like to, I'll put it this way. If I spend time doing something, I want to like do it right. And so if like I'm going to go eat Mexican food, I don't want to go to a place where they're just like someone threw it together.
Yeah.
I want to go to the place where they take the most pride in what they're doing. Because like if I'm taking the time to go out, let's make it a fun experience,
There you
right?
go.
So
So
I've
when it
never
comes to barbecue or Mexican or tacos or
Right.
whatever, it's just like I want to know that whoever's working wants to be there
Right.
and wants to actually have me enjoy the meal. Like that has to be at the basis of
Yeah.
it.
That's like
And-
for everything.
You'd think, but as we know when we leave our houses, I think that especially since COVID, the expectations for service have just gone extremely down. And I'm very passionate about customer service. We try to do our best at supplement superstores. We're not perfect by any means, and we can always improve, but we're simply always looking to provide the best possible experience because it takes so much to get somebody to get in their car and purposely drive into your business. And if they took the time to do that, you owe it to them to give them your absolute best.
100%.
Your absolute best. Not just kind of, again, like everybody's got a personal life. People have things at home, but you leave that shit at the door. There's no better purpose you can have than going out of your way to help somebody that took the time to come in and support you and your business and help you pay your paycheck.
Absolutely.
That reminds me.
So-
Remember what I told you at Sean's Ruck about Quentin and I going being
We talked for an hour.
when we first started going there,
Yeah, you
and
had
I was not
dibs
that
on who had to go in.
comfortable. What was I buying?
Of course I know this. Amino Energy.
Okay,
You
yeah,
bought
I've
50 from me. $50.
No, I bought more.
I mean, like I'm saying, like from me specifically.
Okay.
$18.99.
Well, Quentin, he was, I don't know, 10.
Yeah. Now he's going to college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now he's 21.
Crazy.
So we would play paper, rock, scissors on who was going in the store.
Because you felt uncomfortable going in.
Yeah.
Because I was so intimidating.
He's a teddy bear.
Until I let go of it and let Operation Transformation be my everything.
Yeah. I love
When is that operation done? Because I want to invite you.
We're on
and
the
some
last
of-
week.
And some of the S2 people.
Sure.
We're going to invite you to Mama's house.
Okay.
And we're going to make sure you guys have a real feast.
As a celebratory?
I
think it's only right.
It's that, and just she loves anybody that has helped and support us.
Yeah.
And she'll hear this and she'll be like, "Oh, you just threw me under the bus," but she'll be more than happy. But we would love to have some of you S2 guys that have really, helped and impacted our gym, and we want to make sure that you guys eat good.
Mama Isabella, they're inviting people over to your house for dinner.
There will be tequila. And you can't say no. I'm telling you guys that now.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll set a date.
Dude, I mean, I'm in it to win it right now. I feel really good. So I appreciate that. But that's going to end here in a week. It's going to be over after that. But like we were talking about, the 8 weeks is nothing but a tool, right? So Operation Transformation, and this is now this is a whole, soundbite in on of itself. But, we don't believe in fitness being a 8-week challenge or a 75 hard program. It's going to be something that you truly have to be intentional about every day,
right,
for the rest of your life. And if it's not something that you enjoy, if you're not getting any kind of joy out of it, then we're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
If you find yourself dragging your ass to the gym, there's days that we're all not going to want to go. But if you're consistently not finding joy in what you're doing every day, you're simply not going to stick with it, and you keep in that all or nothing mindset, right? And so, I'd love to celebrate. But I would tell you that my goals are much bigger than what I wanted to do in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And so when I'm ready to have that cheat, I know where to go.
Reward.
There you go.
It's a
That's
reward.
Right. Yeah, a treat, if you will.
There you
right?
go.
It's a reward, a treat, not a cheat. But when I'm ready to say hey, I'm gonna celebrate, if you will, a little bit, and then get back to it. But I will tell you, for years and years, one of my biggest hangups was feeling okay, to celebrate, feeling okay to treat yourself. And, I used to do a weekly cheat meal and call it that, et cetera, et cetera. But then eventually there was a certain, year where life got more difficult and things got more hard. And I started making that one cheat meal turn into a cheat weekend.
Yeah.
So you have
then
to.
it started on Monday.
That happens so much. I mean,
You
I
have
lived that
to
for
enjoy
so long.
life
Yeah.
and know that the next day you can get back on.
Well, yeah,
Did you see
it's
yesterday?
all a choice, right?
At the salon, we ordered crumble cookie
Heck yeah.
as
You
Grubhub.
didn't let me have any.
Grubhub, and I had all the support of. I ran 800s, and then 3 miles after, I'm gassed
was
and I need some
fuel.
sugar.
Yeah. Fuel.
Yeah.
But
How was
knowing you can get back on.
Did they arrive warm?
Oh my God, one was warm and one was cold. It was perfect.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got the couple. Oh, it's served cold. It wasn't
It was a
supposed to be warm.
cheesecake, so it was still cold.
That's beautiful. All right. Well, it's been a minute since I've tried crumble when they got rid of it being just cookies, and now they've got cakes and all the other stuff.
That's
But
dangerous.
appreciate this offer. We're absolutely going to take you up on it, and I'm excited to try these tamales. What is her go-to? If you had to pick one kind of tamale, right? Because there's dessert tamales, there's all millions of flavors. What's the go-to?
So there's green, there's red. Then she makes her own where she does cheese. She puts cheese in one.
I would say the red pork ones are
The ones.
So it was red for me. Now
The
it's
signature.
green. It's green for me.
If you like more spicy, you want the green. But it's
I'll take it all.
it's
you
amazing.
can superset it.
How many tamales did she make for our skiers?
She's close to 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost
A lot of husks.
50 dozens.
She was hustling.
It was a
It was
lot.
more than 50,000.
It was
She
more.
was hustling.
It was a lot.
I love it, man. Well, shout out to your guys' mom, Mama Isabella. Is that right?
Izzy. She likes Izzy.
Mama Izzy.
Izzy.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time to be on here. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting our community so much and making the differences that you do. And hopefully we'll have you guys on again here real soon.
Likewise,
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
us. All right.